Welcome, future Mindcrafters. My name is Dr. Kimberly Quinn, and I am so super pumped and stoked and elated that Mindcraft is finally out there for anyone who wants it. It's just the best thing. And so today, what I wanted to talk about, we've done the other two videos. In case you haven't seen them, actually three, because there's What is Minecraft. They're all really short, as this one will be too. And the first pillar of Minecraft, which is mindfulness in everyday life. And then the second one, which is gratitude. And then this one is the advantages of happiness. The third pillar of Mindcraft is the advantages of happiness. And there are so many. So really the first thing first thing we sort of have to realize is that change is possible. Because for so long, we thought, we were just stuck, in certain things. We just couldn't change after a certain age. That intelligence goes down like a sled ride, just down. And now we know that all that's just crapola, because not only can we make changes in those areas, recent articles, I just read one not that long ago actually, we can even change parts of our personality, which was never ever, to my knowledge anyway, really entertained at all, because it was just kind of like these, we were born with the cards and that's it. And now we know, Carol Dweck with the growth mindset, that we can really make improvement in any areas we want to if we set our mind to it, because the brain is so wonderfully plastic, wants to heal, wants to get better, and we can rewire the brain to live our best lives. So that the advantages of happiness, there are so many. So change is possible. We cannot do what we don't know, but once we know better, we can do better. That's huge. Next, once we sort of get we can change, we need to realize that we've got to keep ourselves filled up. That is our number one job, is to keep ourselves filled up. Why? Because we can't give what we don't have. That's it. Whether it's love, confidence, kindness, self-esteem, help others have self-esteem, can't do any of it. Can't do any of it if we don't love ourselves, we're not confident in ourselves, etc. and so on. We cannot give what we do not have. So we kind of want to fill up our cup. I happen to have my teacup right here actually. Whatever's in the cup is for me. Whatever flows up and out is for everybody else. And just think about what a more magnificent place the world would be if we all got that. It would just be like our cups overfloweth. Our cups overfloweth. So it's really the best thing we can do for ourselves and the world by keeping ourselves filled up. And of course that involves self-value and everything else, because we can't take care of ourselves, we don't value. There's lots on that in Minecraft as well. I'm trying to keep it short here. Okay, so change is possible. Keep yourself filled up. And then Sean Akers' book, The Happiness Advantage. Oh, I meant to have it. It's okay. It's right over there by the couch. I actually used the Happiness Advantage book by Sean Aker in my in-person Mindcraft class, and it's amazing. And he's got so many good things in there, although the main theme is that we have the formula for success here in the wonderful good old US of A, and I love my country. That said, we've got the formula for success ass backwards, because often we think once I'm successful, I'll be happy. Success being measured in a gazillion different ways, right? Once I have the house, once I have the kids, once I have the job, once I have the better job, once I have the bigger house, then I'll be happy. We keep pushing that envelope over the horizon, because the actual opposite is true, is once we're happy, truly, authentically happy in here, only then can we really be successful, okay? And then next, the gazillion advantages of happiness. And Sean in his book has lots of them. Even doctors make faster, more accurate diagnoses when they're happy, when the brain is happy versus neutral or negative. And that goes on and on with all different kinds. There's a million different examples in there. We also know that happier people feel better physically, happier people feel better mentally, happier people do better in the job interviews, which they therefore get the jobs. Happier people have longer lasting, healthier relationships. Happier people have better immune systems. It goes on. Happier people heal better after surgery. It just goes on and on and on. Happier people are generally liked better. It's just the truth. That whole thing with misery loves company is BS, because misery loves miserable company, right? Like attracts like. So like attracts like. So we good vibes attract more good vibes, and that's really how it works. And then there's something in there, I'm giving you the bullets in the bold here. The Tetris effect is super cool, and I've talked about that in, I think, the gratitude module, because that's where I talk about it in Minecraft a lot. The Tetris effect is something that was discovered by the game, about the game Tetris, where when people played it for a minimal time of even 15 minutes, had these after effects where they would walk into a convenience store or whatever, and all of a sudden they're seeing the shapes. Well, if you don't know the game Tetris, sorry, let's back up. Colorful shapes and organizing these colorful shapes. So people did that for 15 minutes at a minimum, never mind longer. They'd go into a convenience store, a grocery store, whatever, and their brain would automatically start trying to rearrange cereal boxes, color code stuff. That rectangle goes next to that one, move that over, mentally do all this stuff. So there was this kind of after image of the game, even just when playing that long. Well, then further research was done, and it was found that this is actually a thing that leaks into the other aspects of our lives. So it was found with accountants. This is so cool. It was found with accountants because obviously accountants, their whole job is looking for mistakes and errors, especially during tax season, right? That's what their whole job is. We want a good accountant's going to catch mistakes, right? And so it was found that after looking all day for mistakes and errors, that accountants took that whole thing home, looking for mistakes and errors in their lives and partners and jobs and what's going on with their house, and that whole filter of find what's wrong went with them. That's huge. So now with the gratitude journal, which that's already in another video, I won't get too into that. But when we write I am grateful for with those words 3 times every day, habitually, the Tetris effect works in a positive way. And we begin to see our world, through a different filter of what's going well in our lives, what's going really well in our lives, things I've accomplished, things I've done, things that just made me happy. Appreciating the lunch with a friend who showed up at your office and took you some, that whole thing. And we often are not even aware of it at first. And it takes about 21 days for a habit to shift and stick. That comes from Charles Duhigg's Power of Habit, by the way. And so after about 3 weeks, I check in with my in-person Mindcrafters and also in the online course. And they will say, usually a handful of hands go up right away. Oh my God, Professor, I'm starting to look for things more positively. It's fantastic. It's actually a thing. In addition to rewiring these new neural pathways, this is not just fluffy, touchy-feely, it's real. My doctorate's in cognitive psych. I could talk about neurons all day long and not have one bored second. So the Tetris effect, we're actually building new neural pathways, and those can be positive or negative. So while we're building these gratitude pathways, seeing more positive going on in our lives, it's also, what is also going on simultaneously is the negative Nelly neural pathways start to fade, because it's that old thing, if you don't use it, you lose it. Kind of like high school Spanish, right? If you don't do anything with it for years, it kind of fizzles, or you started to learn piano at 5 and now you're in college and not so much. So it's kind of like that. So we're not using the negative Nelly pathways so much, and they start to fade. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so that's what the Tetris effect is. And then there's so much more in this module of Mindcraft, so much more. It's bigger and huger. We talk about going on a gratitude rampage. We talk about all kinds of things with gratitude and its connection to forgiveness, gratitude and its connection to this and that and this and that. It's big, 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 big. And now another advantage of happiness here is something we talk about is when we get into social investment, because it's been demonstrated over and over in research, especially the famous Harvard study, which is longitudinal. For those of you who aren't in the biz, it's a long-term research project. It actually goes past the lives of the person who started it, kind of like passing a torch in a relay. And that Harvard study is still going on. It's been going on since the early 1900s. And they studied, it was men, then they got smart, it was way back then, that's what they did. And then included women, and then they got into interviewing grandchildren and the whole thing. And the main theme of that Harvard study was that relationships are the number one for longevity. You live longer when you've got healthy relationships, healthy, positive relationships. Not the toxic ones. You're better off, releasing those like a helium balloon. As far as positive relationships, and sort of the definition not the definition, but the main thing with the positive relationships is that it's that one person, if you're more than one, you're richer than rich, that you can absolutely count on no matter what. In other words, you can call them at 3 o'clock in the morning with your heart aching or thrilled with excitement or whatever. Even if you haven't talked to them in ages, they'll stop what they're doing and they'll be 100% available for you. That's what people we can absolutely count on and trust implicitly. And so that is the key to living a long, long, long life. And then the other part of the social investment part Sean talks about is making the shift. This is an advantage of happiness, okay? Making the shift to spending more of our money on experiences versus stuff. More money on experiences versus stuff. There's so much more, way too much to get into in a short video, but I just wanted to get you excited. So it's www.mindcraft.com. Sorry, start over, Kim. www.mindcraftuniversity.com. I've got the university there, and I'll leave it down below as well, or up above or somewhere. So my mission really is to spread positivity as far and wide to anyone who's ready to receive it, and and grab onto it, and go and just live the highest, best version of yourselves. Because in fact, I changed. I think I mentioned this in the last video. I've actually changed my, added to my titles on LinkedIn. You have professor, speaker, blah blah blah. Half the world has that. And then I added Catalyst for Happiness, which I'm super excited about because that's what I feel like. Catalyst is like a vehicle of change, right? To help other people, vehicle of change to help other people be happier and to love their lives. That is my mission and authentic purpose on this earth, is to help more people love their lives. So I hope you will join us for the Minecraft University course, which is Minecraft 101, 6 weeks, 6 modules, and it's a life changer because it's a brain changer, right? Or it's a game changer because it's a brain changer. That all works. Okay, I hope to see you there. Bye-bye now.